Hello, this is the Political Forum for Wednesday, April 4th. Today we welcome Cook County Commissioner Stanley Moore as our guest. Thank you for appearing on Political Forum, Commissioner Moore.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Carolyn Day, a board member here at CAN TV, and you're watching a live interactive program brought to you as a community service by CAN TV. Be sure to tell your friends they can also watch the show online at cantv.org/hotline. We welcome your questions and comments for Commissioner Moore this evening by calling us at 312-738-1060. During the next 25 minutes, we'll try to get as many of your calls in as possible on the air. Here's the contact information for Cook County Commissioner Stanley Moore. His main office is at 118 North Clark Street, room 567, Chicago, Illinois, 60602. 312-603-2065. Commissioner@stanleymore.org, www.stanleymore.org. You're the first time.
This is my first time.
Forum. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we'd like for you to tell our viewers all about yourself.
Thank you. Well, first I want to say I love the new studios. They're beautiful. You guys have done a fantastic job of since the last time I visited, which I think was on Green Street. So I'm Cook County Commissioner Stanley Moore of the 4th District. The district is very big. It goes from Evergreen Park on the west to the lake on the east, from about 71st Street from the north all the way to Lansing, Illinois. It includes 7 city wards, the 6th ward, the 7th ward, the 8th ward, the 9th ward, the 10th ward, the 21st ward, and a small piece of the 18th ward. It also includes Lansing, South Holland, Calumet City, Dalton, Burnham, and Evergreen Park.
That's a lot of land.
It is a lot of land.
So you're pretty busy.
330,000 people that I represent.
Wow. So now you're a county commissioner, which is a little different from being an alderman and even a state legislator. So tell us a little bit about county government and how it works.
Well, I'm one of 17 commissioners. That means I have one of 17 votes on how we spend a $5 billion budget. We collect $5 billion annually, and we appropriate that money to service our hospitals, our jails, public health, public safety, the courthouses. So when you think of Cook County, you have to think of things like the Sheriff's Office, you have to think of the Cook County Jail, Providence, Stroger, Oak Forest Hospital. You have to think of our many clinics. You also have to think of our courthouses and all of the programs and services that the county offers.
Great, great. So we want to know how you are honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was gunned down 50 years ago. And we'd like to know, what did Dr. King mean to you, and did he at all influence your decision to enter public service?
Well, you know, it's funny that you brought up Dr. King, because this being the 50th anniversary of when he was gunned down and killed at the Lorraine Motel, I decided that during this school break that I was going to take my child and my family, and we went down to Memphis, Tennessee to visit the Lorraine Motel. It is, if you haven't been, you have to go. It is a phenomenal place to visit and see where Dr. King and his legacy and the legacy of the civil rights movement altogether. My child, who is only 11 years old, my daughter, had never visited there before, and so she didn't know what to expect. But as we went through the museum, I saw my daughter, she picked up they have like a telephone, and you can look up and see Dr. King giving his speech. And she sat and she listened to the speech. And I thought, as most kids would do, she would listen for a few minutes and then hang up and move on to the next exhibit. But instead, she sat there for 20 minutes and listened to the entire speech. And as we walked through the Civil Rights Museum, before we were able to get to the end, I saw my daughter standing off by herself, and I walked over to her, and tears were just rolling down her eyes. So what it meant to her, and what it meant to me, and what it meant to my community is the suffering and the work that he put in. You think about a man who did all of that before the age of 39. I mean, it's incredible and very impactful.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So if Dr. King were alive today, he'd be a citizen, senior citizen about 89 years old. And how is it that county government is working to protect senior citizens who might find themselves more vulnerable in their older?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. We have a terrific Cook County Recorder of Deeds, Karen Yarbrough. And Karen Yarbrough and our offices work in conjunction to bring services to the community, especially to help senior citizens who are homeowners and sometimes become victims of all kinds of abuse and fraud. And these programs that she has implemented and that we do workshops together all throughout Cook County are viable tools to help seniors, like this one she does a life after death workshop. Well, this workshop, most seniors think that a will is sufficient enough to protect their assets once they pass, to leave their assets to their family. And after attending that workshop, I was amazed to find out a will doesn't do anything. You have to have a trust. And if you don't have a trust, you'll find your home and your family's home going to probate court. Well, there are attorneys that charge $3,000 and $4,000 for seniors to set up a trust, when Cook County Recorder of Deeds Karen Yarbrough is doing it for free. And that's a powerful tool for our seniors in our community.
Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that. It looks like we have a caller. Caller, are you there?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Commissioner Moore. I just wanted to tell you how excited I am and how much I appreciate that you brought our African American children an opportunity to go to Brookfield Zoo.
Thank you so much.
It has been a fabulous highlight for me and my family, and I encourage others to do it. I love the Brookfield Zoo, and I'm just curious about whether or not you'll have it again this year.
So thank you. We want to thank the caller for calling in and bringing that up. I'm very proud of one of the first initiatives that we did when I took office. We created a Pace Express bus line. Children in my district who wanted to use Brookfield Zoo, which is a Cook County-owned property, by the way, wanted to use Brookfield Zoo, would take 2 hours to get on the bus and ride all the way to the zoo, including transfers. It was a ridiculous amount of time for a child to be able to go from my district to the zoo. So working with PACE, we were able to secure funding, about $45,000 a year, to create an express bus. And what that means is that we have a dedicated bus line, never done before, in my district, that parks at 95th and the Dan Ryan and does not open the doors again until it's in front of the zoo. We took over 3,000 kids. We shut schools down, completely down, took 300 kids at a time, all the way to Brookfield Zoo, just to give them an opportunity in the summer, during the summer months, some of the most violent months, to give them an opportunity to leave the district, leave the community, and experience some of the things that their parents are paying taxes for. Brookfield Zoo is owned by Cook County, and we pay for it with taxes, and we deserve to use it.
Thank you. Thank you, caller, for asking that great question. It seems to be that we have another caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, my name is Rourke Williams, and first of all, I want to congratulate the commissioner on his successful run.
Thank you.
My question to you is, I'm very proud of you at the fact that you have to make tough choices when you make votes. My question to you is, moving forward, what's on the agenda for the 4th district now?
So we have some exciting things that we're going to be working on coming up. When I took office, we had almost 7 vacant and abandoned Cook County-owned properties in my district. And one of the promises I made to myself and made to the constituency of my district is that there will be no more vacant and abandoned properties that are owned by Cook County in my district. Today, we still have maybe 1 or 2 left, and I'm working to eradicate that. I feel that my district, just like any other district, deserves all of the amenities and things that the Cook County provides. They deserve them as well as anybody else. With the campgrounds, the forest preserves, the Brookfield Zoo, the Watchman houses, the bike trails, all of these things are amenities that were built and owned by Cook County and should be utilized by the residents of my district and my community. And so that's on my agenda. My agenda is to make my district one of the most fabulous districts of all of Cook County. I want people to enjoy every amenity that Cook County has to offer, and I want my community to be as beautiful as any other community.
Great. Thank you, caller. And so you're watching live here at Political Forum. We have with us today Cook County Commissioner Stanley Moore, and I am Carolyn Day, a board member here. And if you have questions or concerns for Commissioner Moore, you can call 312-738-1060. Also, you can reach Commissioner Moore at 118 North Clark Street, room 567, Chicago, Illinois 60602. So we have a few more questions for you. You also happen to be very passionate about exposing young people to life outside of your district. You've talked about
The Brookfield
Universal Zoo and the transports there. And so, again, if anyone in your district wants to go to the zoo, they can
call my office. Call my office at 312-603-2065. During the summer months, we provide tickets to most of our aldermen's offices, and we provide tickets to the people who choose to ride the PACE bus. We'll actually have a staffer who will meet you there every weekend to make sure that you have tickets to get on the bus. You have to pay a fare. There's a fare for the bus. It's like $1.50 or $1.75, but it's very minimal. But that money, the PACE has agreed to donate that money back to the community through charitable donations and through gifts, the money that they receive at the fare box. So we're excited about being a partner with PACE. The president, Toni Preckwinkle, she has worked very closely with me in making sure that my district has all of the amenities that we can provide. We have, and I'm so proud to be able to go to a Chicago public school, walk in, talk to a principal, and say, how many students are in this school? And I had one teacher principal tell me, we have 300 kids in here. I said, have they ever been to Brookfield Zoo? She said, not often, not as long as she could remember. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you tickets to take all your kids to the zoo. She said, how many? 8th grade class? I said, no, all 300. And we took all 300 kids out of the school, and we took them on a day that it wasn't very crowded, so they pretty much had free access of the entire zoo.
the entire zoo. Wow.
Yeah.
So I understand that in addition to being a county commissioner, you're also a forest preserve commissioner.
This is
What's
true.
the difference between these positions?
So we serve two capacities. We are Cook County Commissioner and a Forest Preserve Commissioner. I'm very passionate about the Forest Preserve because as a child, I used to go tobogganing in 87th Street, 87th right off of Western, where we had the toboggan hills. My family didn't live far from the Forest Preserve, so we always found ourselves inside of the Dan Ryan Forest Preserve playing. And my grandfather would take the entire family, and every year we had our family picnic in the Dan Ryan Forest Preserve. We did that for almost 40 some odd years. As long as I can remember, I was always having a family picnic in the Dan Ryan Forest Preserve. We've continued that tradition. My grandfather has since passed away at 93 years old. But one of the last things he said to us was continue the family picnic. And so I've made that a beautiful place for our kids to get away to, a beautiful place for our kids to have. It's a jewel in our community, and we should be utilizing those jewels that Cook County is offering.
Right. Thank you.
Learning about nature.
Wonderful. And we seem to have a caller there. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you so much. Let me also congratulate you, Commissioner Moore, on the job that you're doing in the 4th District. Great job. Great leadership. Appreciate you. Got a question. I'm quite sure we all are aware of the term, idle mind is a devil's workshop. I'm concerned about what's taking place throughout the county and in some cases in some of our districts. What are we doing, if anything, to address the issue of violence? Do we have any type of programs like anti-violence programs to help our youth?
Yes, Carl, I'm glad you brought that up. As a matter of fact, President Toni Preckwinkle appointed me to the Anti-Violence Committee. We have an Anti-Violence and Recidivism Committee. That committee puts into the community about $6 million annually. So if you know of a non-for-profit that's working with our children, that is working to keep our children out of trouble, that is working to give them something to do other than getting involved in things that may be illegal or could lead to illegal activity, I encourage you to participate in our program. I encourage you to go to our website or call my office and ask that 501c3 to apply for some of the funding that we have. It's real. This is a real program. The president has done an excellent job of putting $6 million back into the community. We had a group in my community that applied for the grant. They didn't think they were going to get it. They were affiliated with Fort Dearborn Elementary, which is a local school in my community who has had some serious challenges over the past few years. And once they won the award, they were able to take those kids, 8th grade, 7th grade, they were taking them on high school and college tours. They have been taking them and putting them in productive activities. They have taken them to sports venues and to concerts. They are spending time with these children. They're having movies in the park. But it's all because we were able to provide $6 million for non-for-profits that are out here doing the work each and every day. And they deserve the support. And I'm very proud that I sit on that committee and chair it and help with putting some money back into the community.
Very good. Thank you. It seems that we have another caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, good evening. Commissioner, you know, I lived in Chicago all my life. I'm a 70-year-old Vietnam vet, and I come back, and for the last 20 years, nothing has changed. But I moved to Lansing about 6 months ago, and I'm glad I made that move because you make me feel that something's going to be different over here in Lansing since you're the commissioner. And all I wanted to ask you is this, is that, like I said, I'm glad you're the commissioner, but all I want to ask is, would you please promise to do your best to change stuff that needs to be changed?
Listen, caller, a lot of times politicians make promises, and those promises fall on deaf ears. I don't make promises, but I tell you this. I believe in my heart that I'm one of the hardest working commissioners. I love the people in my community. I work hard for the people in my community, and I'm going to do my best. I will promise you that. I will do my best to try and make a difference in my community. From some people make fun of, maybe it's just taking kids to the zoo. But that small thing had parents crying. They were crying because they said, no one's ever done anything for us. Nobody's even given us something free. Nobody cares about the people in the community. So something as small as Brookfield Zoo, to me, is huge. I mean, when I first got office, they thought I was crazy because I used my campaign money to take seniors out of nursing homes and senior facilities and to put them on a bus and take them to Brookfield Zoo or take them to the Botanical Garden. Many politicians don't use their campaign fund that way. But it's because some of those seniors sit in those buildings and stare out those windows all day long, and nobody spends any time with them.
Yes.
And that's what we want to do. We want to help people.
Yes. So it seems that we have another caller. Caller, are you there?
I am.
Good
Commissioner,
evening.
my name is, good evening. Commissioner, my name is Dwayne, and I just called to say, and it's interesting you just said what you said about promises. A lot of politicians, they'll make a lot of promises, but that is one thing I've noticed about you. You don't make promises,
No.
but when someone does have a request or a need or a concern or an issue, you listen. You respond, and you're accessible.
Thank you. That means a lot to me, caller. Like I said before, I'm one man, I'm one elected official, but I believe that if we all care and if we all put back every ounce of energy into our community, we can make our community a much better place. So that's what we're here for. We're here to listen, and we're here to learn. We don't have all the answers, and sometimes we learn more just by listening. So thank you for that call.
And so I think we have another caller. Caller, are you there? Good evening.
Yes, I am here. Thank you for taking my call. First-time caller, long-time listener. Commissioner, you voted initially for the unpopular pop tax.
you led the charge to get that pop tax repealed. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
My question, though, is with Tony Preckwinkle seemingly clearing all opposition at this last election, with Boykin gone, with Fritchie gone, is there any chance that this pop tax will be reinstituted?
Absolutely not. We are not going down that road again. Let me be honest. We have some budget woes, just like everybody else. The city, the county, and the state are struggling to make ends meet, and we know that we have some very hard choices to make. And to President Preckwinkle's, to her credit, she is a serious advocate for fixing the budget issues. She will do what she has to do. She'll take the tough votes, and she's shown that. She's shown that time and time again. And we support her because she has helped me to rebuild my community. She's helped me to put money back into my district. When I go to her and I tell her that I need money for my forest preserve, I need money for my pavilion, I need money for my campgrounds, she supported each one of those efforts. And that's what it's about. It's about bringing some of those services back to the community because they're our tax dollars. That's our money, and we deserve our fair share. And so that's why I support President Preckwinkle. But will we do the pop tax again? Absolutely not. We will not be traveling back down that road.
Right. Well, that's a nice segue into, I understand that you've secured over $2 million
That's right.
in new campground within your district. And so where is this campground and how can people access it?
So I'm really proud of my campground. In Calumet City, there was a picnic grove that had been closed for 10 years or more. Calumet City had given up on the picnic grove, so all they did was shut the doors and just lock it up. So it was overgrown, weeds, and the forest preserve was taking it back with trees and trash and so on and so forth. And I just said it was absolutely unacceptable. And with the help of the president, who gave me $2.1 million to build Camp Shabona, which is right off of Torrance Avenue at 159th Street. It's actually like at 158th Street, west of Torrance Avenue. Camp Shabona is a state-of-the-art campground with cabins, log cabins, picnic groves, place for bonfires, brand new kitchen, brand new showers, brand new bathrooms. Our children don't have to go to Michigan or Wisconsin or Indiana to enjoy the outdoors. They can come to our community right there by River Oaks in the great Calumet City. And Mayor Quackenbush was very instrumental in helping me to make this happen.
Thank you very, very much. So, we're about to wrap up our show. And again, we want to thank all of our callers. I think we have time for one more caller. Let me just see here. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
How are you?
Hi, good evening.
Good. I just want to say that Commissioner Moore is the outstanding commissioner. I like the fact that he knew that the pop tax wasn't the right thing, and he repealed it. And what else can you ask for? A man that listens to the constituents.
I want to thank you, caller, and that's how I see my job. I'm a lobbyist for my community. My job is to fight for our fair share. If we collect $5 billion, I always say this, and I say it time and time again, what's good for the north side is good for the south side. If they're going to build something brand new on the north side, they're going to build something brand new on the south side. We're not going to always play second fiddle. And every time that they want to cut something, they're not going to cut it from the south side. We're going to fight for our community and make sure we get our fair share. And I'm listening to you. You're the ones that put me in office. You're my boss. You're the ones that tell me what to do. So thank you for re-electing me.
Thank you. So again, we're here at CAN TV live on Channel 21 with Commissioner Stanley Moore. And you can reach Commissioner at 118 North Clark Street, room 567, Chicago, 60602, 312-603-2065, commissioner at stanleymore.org, www.stanleymore.org. So, Commissioner, we just have a few more minutes here, and we'd like to know, are there any final comments that you'd like to make that you haven't had the opportunity to do so quickly?
Yeah, so I want to thank the folks at CAN TV. I want to thank everybody who's been working with us to get our message out. I want to ask you to support our Brookfield Zoo summer program. This summer, please tell every child that they can catch the bus at 95th and the Dan Ryan and take that bus all the way to the zoo. They can bring their family, their friends, and have a great day. If you have any seniors that are interested in going to botanical gardens, work with my office to set up trips for them. We would be delighted to help support those. We can't pay for it all, but we will try our best to pay for some of it. So with that being said, I want to thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you.
And thank the folks at CAN TV.
And we want to thank Sylvia. And have
Sylvia.
a good evening.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
And our engineer.
And Star, I think that is, and Omari. So
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.